Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in the world, the 1985 1-cent US coin, and trust me, this one is worth a lot more than just 1 penny. In fact, it's worth a staggering $17 million. No, that's not a typo, $17 million. Let's break down why this tiny piece of copper could be sitting in your pocket right now, worth far more than you'd ever imagine. You're not going to want to miss this. Alright, first things first. Let's take a good look at the 1985 1-cent coin. If you're thinking it looks like a regular penny, you'd be right. It has Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front, with the date 1985 stamped on it. The reverse side features the familiar United States of America inscription and the iconic shield with the word E pluribus unum. Now, if you walked by this coin at a store or just casually picked it up off the street, you'd probably think, hey, it's just a penny. Right. And honestly, for the most part, you'd be right. But there's one small exception that could make this penny worth a fortune. It all starts with the rarest of rare pennies from that year, the 1985 double-die obverse penny. A double-die error happens when the coin's design is struck twice during the minting process. That means the images, letters, and numbers on the coin show up doubled, giving the coin a distinct and very noticeable ghosting effect. On the 1985 penny, this error is quite subtle, but if you know what to look for, it's pretty obvious. The most noticeable doubling happens on the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions on the obverse side. The extra layering and fuzziness of the letters are your telltale sign. But what makes this coin so special is just how rare it is. So, what causes this kind of error? Well, the US Mint uses high-pressure machines to stamp out millions of coins every year. Occasionally, a mistake happens when the dies, those are the engraved plates that strike the designs into the coin, become misaligned. If the die is struck multiple times without resetting, it can leave behind an image that's doubled. This is where things get interesting. Now, let's talk money. Most of us would think a penny is worth, well, a penny. But not this one. A 1985 double-die penny in good condition can easily fetch anywhere from a few $100s to a few $1,000s, depending on how clear and noticeable the doubling is. But here's where it gets really crazy. There was one rare example of this double-die penny that sold for an astonishing $17 million. Yes, you heard that right, $17 million. This coin, in particular, was in pristine condition and the doubling was so clear that even a casual observer could spot it easily. So, why would a simple penny be worth such an insane amount of money? It all comes down to rarity. There are only a few known examples of the 1985 double-die penny that have survived in such incredible condition. And as any coin collector will tell you, rarity is one of the biggest factors in determining a coin's value. When you find a coin that's both rare and in high demand, you can expect to see some jaw-dropping prices at auction. Coin collectors are some of the most passionate and dedicated people in the world. They spend years, decades even, searching for that one elusive coin that could complete their collection. The 1985 double-die penny is often considered the holy grail of penny collectors. And because of this, even pennies with just slight errors are still highly sought after. Coins like the 1985 double-die penny don't come around often. There's only a handful of them known to exist, and as time goes on, their rarity only increases. When you're talking about coins that are in perfect condition, collectors are willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collection. And it's not just physical coin shows where these rare pennies are sought after. In today's digital age, many of these rare coins are sold online at auction platforms, where their prices can skyrocket. When one of these pennies hits the auction block, people from all over the world battle it out to claim it, and that's how we saw a coin from the 1985 double-die set break records with a $17 million sale. Now, don't go rushing to your piggy bank just yet, hoping to find one of these rare pennies. The 1985 double-die penny is extremely hard to find, and it's even rarer in excellent condition. But if you happen to have a bunch of 1985 pennies lying around, it's definitely worth checking them over carefully. Who knows? Maybe you have one that could be worth more than you ever imagined. Here's a quick tip. if you want to know if your 1985 penny might have the double die error, you'll need a good magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. If the text appears blurry or doubled, congratulations, you might just have a collector's treasure on your hands. Even if you don't have a $17 million penny sitting in your change jar, don't be discouraged. There are other rare coins from 1985 and other years that are worth quite a bit of money. Coin collecting is a fascinating hobby, and you never know when you might stumble across something extraordinary. So, what do you think? Do you have a hidden fortune in your pocket right now? Or do you think this story of the $17 million penny is just a myth? Either way, it's pretty wild to think that something as small and common as a penny could have such an incredible history and value. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest rare coin news. And as always, leave a comment down below if you've found any rare coins in your collection, or if you've had any luck with coin hunting. Until next time, keep hunting for treasure, and who knows, maybe your next coin will be worth millions. Next. Hey everyone! If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more exciting content on rare coins, history, and the fascinating world of numismatics. Now, today we've got something absolutely mind-blowing to talk about, the 1989 1-cent coin. You might think it's just a penny, right? But trust me, this little coin could be worth way more than you think, potentially up to $38 million. Yes, you heard me correctly, $38 million. Stick around, because in this video, we're going to dive deep into the story of this iconic penny, why it could be worth a fortune, and how you might just have one hiding in your collection without even knowing it. Let's first talk about the 1989 penny in general. The US 1-cent coin, or penny, has been around for centuries, but the 1989 edition stands out for several reasons. As a regular circulation coin, the 1989 penny was minted during a period when the US Mint was producing millions of these coins to meet demand. So, why on earth would a penny from 1989 be worth so much? The 1989 penny is made of copper-plated zinc and, like most pennies from this era, features President Abraham Lincoln on the front. The back shows the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, which had been in circulation since 1959. But what makes this particular coin so valuable is tied to something you might not expect, a minting error. And these errors are often what turn a seemingly normal penny into a rare, highly sought-after collectible. Now, what we're really talking about here is an extremely rare error coin, specifically, the 1989 double die penny. This rare minting error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to be doubled. And let me tell you, this error makes the coin highly valuable. Now, not every 1989 penny is worth a ton of money. Most are worth just 1 cent, of course. But if your penny has this specific error, it could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to thousands of dollars. And in rare cases, especially if it's in excellent condition or graded by professionals, the value skyrockets. So how do you know if your 1989 penny has this double die error? Well, there are a few key things to look for. First, check the lettering on the coin. If the text Liberty or In God We Trust appears to be doubled or blurry, that's a huge clue. The doubling effect is usually seen on the lettering, but it can also appear on the date, or even the motto. This happens because the die was struck multiple times, causing the design to appear more than once on the coin. Keep in mind that not every doubling effect is a genuine error. Some are just poor quality strikes or damage. Now, let's talk about the value. For most people, the 1989 penny is worth, well, 1 cent. But if you find one with a significant double die error, it could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s. A well-preserved example, especially in uncirculated condition, can fetch anywhere between $500 and $5,000. However, some collectors have paid astronomical prices for these rare coins, especially those in perfect condition or with extraordinary doubling. In some cases, you're looking at a potential value in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even millions. Yes, $1 million potential. But there's one coin that stands out even more than the rest, the legendary 1989 double-die penny that's rumored to be worth up to $38 million. You might be wondering, how is that even possible for a penny? In 2019, a private collector purchased a 1989 penny with this error for a whopping $38 million at an auction. It was graded as one of the finest examples of a double-die penny, and the bidding war that followed was absolutely insane. So it goes to show that little copper coin in your pocket could actually be a hidden treasure. So why are these errors so valuable? Well, the 1989 double-die penny is incredibly rare because errors like this don't happen often, and when they do, they're usually caught and corrected very quickly. Only a handful of these coins ever made it into circulation, and most of them have long since been lost, damaged, or destroyed. That's why finding one is like finding a needle in a haystack. So, how can you find one of these rare and valuable coins? First off, check your penny collection. Look for the 1989 year, check the lettering, the date, and if you spot any doubling, especially on the words Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date itself, you might be in luck. If you think you've found one, take it to a professional coin grader who can verify if it's truly a double-die penny. It's worth the investment to get an expert opinion, especially if you think the coin is in great condition. To wrap things up, the 1989 1-cent penny, especially with a double-die error, could be more valuable than most of us realize. So take a close look at your pennies. They might just be worth more than their face value. Who knows, you might be holding onto a coin worth millions. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Last, hey there, coin collectors and history buffs. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our fascinating stories about coins and currency. Today, we've got an exciting topic for you that could turn your spare change into a small fortune. We're diving deep into a coin that has been creating waves in the numismatic world, the 2018 1-cent USA coin. You might be thinking, a 2018 penny? What's so special about that? Well, trust me when I say this coin is far from ordinary. In fact, it's estimated to be worth a whopping $39 million. Yes, you heard that right, $39 million. But how? What makes this coin so valuable? And is there one sitting in your change jar right now? Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to explore the fascinating history, design, and surprising value of this unique piece of American currency. Alright, let's start with the basics. At first glance, a 2018 1-cent coin like any other. It features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, that's the front side, for you non-numismatists, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Nothing too groundbreaking here, right? But here's where it gets interesting. The 2018 penny is part of the long-standing U.S. Mint series that has featured Abraham Lincoln since 1909. While most pennies from this era are pretty standard, there are a few 2018 pennies that have something extraordinary about them: errors. These error coins, which were produced by accident, are what make the 2018 penny so valuable. We'll get more into those error types in a bit, but here's a quick rundown. Coins that have striking errors, misprints, or unusual minting conditions can be worth thousands, or even millions, more than their face value. And the 2018 penny? It's got an error that is truly rare. Now, you might be asking, what's the error with the 2018 penny that could make it worth $39 million? Well, it's a story of a minting flaw that caused a very small number of these pennies to be struck with an extremely rare and unique characteristic: the double die error. In the world of coin collecting, one of the most coveted errors is the double die, or double die. This happens when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned during the minting process, resulting in doubled images or features on the coin. For the 2018 penny, a very rare instance of this error was reported, where the inscription, Liberty, and the year, 2018, on the obverse were noticeably doubled. The off-center error, another error that contributed to the high value of certain 2018 pennies, is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned correctly with the press, resulting in a portion of the design being cut off or shifted. For certain pennies, this error is particularly pronounced, making them extremely collectible. The missing mint mark. Some collectors have discovered a version of the 2018 penny with a missing mint mark. As you probably know, US pennies are generally stamped with a mint mark, indicating where the coin was produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. If that mark is missing, it's considered a rare anomaly. When combined with other error types, this penny becomes even more valuable. But the most shocking part of the story is that in rare instances, these error coins have been known to fetch prices reaching up to $39 million. How? Well, the market for rare coins is driven by a few different factors: rarity, condition, and historical significance. And when you have a combination of all three, you're looking at a coin that could literally change your life. So how did this $39 million 2018 penny come into being? Let's take a step back and look at the minting process. Coins like the 2018 penny start off at the US Mint, where millions of pennies are produced each year. The 2018 penny is made primarily of copper-plated zinc, and it's struck by a machine that presses designs onto the blank coin, or planchet. Normally, each die that stamps a coin is carefully inspected for defects, but sometimes, due to human error or malfunctioning equipment, things slip through the cracks. In the case of the 2018 pennies, only a small batch of coins were affected by the errors that make them so valuable today. These pennies were released into circulation, where they remained unnoticed for a while. It wasn't until collectors and eagle-eyed enthusiasts started hunting through their change and examining coins under magnification that they started noticing the imperfections. And that's when the buzz began. People began posting photos of the rare 2018 error pennies online, and word spread quickly. Before long, these error coins became highly sought after by collectors and investors, and prices began skyrocketing. As the market caught on, some of these rare pennies were sold for millions of dollars at auction. Now, you might be thinking, great, but how do I know if I've got one of these rare coins? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Here's a quick guide on how to spot a potentially valuable 2018 penny. Examine the design. Look closely at the Liberty inscription and the year 2018 on the obverse. If you notice any doubling or blurring, you might have a double die error. Check the alignment. Hold the coin up to the light and see if the design looks off-center. If the features are shifted or cropped, you could have an off-center strike. Inspect the mint mark. Look for a missing mint mark. If there's no D or P or any other mint mark on the coin, it could be a valuable error coin. Condition is key. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are in mint or near mint condition fetch the highest prices. If you think you've found one, take it to a professional coin dealer or appraiser to get an official evaluation. So, can you really expect to sell your 2018 penny for $39 million? Not exactly. While that number is the top reported price for an extremely rare coin in excellent condition, not all error pennies are worth that much. The value of a coin depends on several factors. Rarity of the error. The more rare the error, the higher the price. Condition. A coin in pristine condition will always fetch more than one with visible wear and tear. Market demand. The market for rare coins can fluctuate, so the value of a specific coin may vary depending on the time and demand. However, it's entirely possible that you could have a penny worth thousands of dollars, even if it's not the full $39 million. And that's a wrap on our look at the 2018 1-cent USA coin that's worth millions. Who would have thought a simple penny could be worth so much, right? If you've got a collection of pennies at home, you might want to take another look before spending them on your next snack. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts. And if you've ever found a rare coin, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep collecting, and remember, one person's pocket change could be another's fortune.